UFC's on. I say she's from Louisiana, but she's actually from Texas. But it's cool because, we associate Louisiana and Texas, really with Shreveport and Texas. We associate because they say we're saturated with Dallas Cowboy fans here in Shreveport, Louisiana. So how are you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good, yeah.
Okay. So, all right, behind the scenes, we kind of talked about some of the, like what fighters go through. And I know it's a lot, and like I said, I don't want to bring it to light, but I know it's a lot, like being a fan and just watching it, we're thinking, okay, y'all train and maybe, daily, then just go fight, that's it.
Right.
But like you say, it's a lot to it, and like, what would you say, like, to anybody aspiring to become a UFC fighter? Like, what would you, type of advice would you give them?
Well, anybody aspiring to become a fighter and who wants to do it professionally, you just have to know that you will have to make a lot of sacrifices, and you need to, if you have, like, I get to train full time, luckily, but there's a lot of fighters that have to work also a part-time job and try to train too at the same time, and that can be difficult. But you have to train. You have to train everything. You need to work on jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking, everything. So I recommend trying to fight in every aspect of each discipline. Boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. Get you some jiu-jitsu matches. To work your way up to becoming a professional. That'll prepare you for the big stage, such as the UFC.
Now, with your training, is there anything that you like in particular as far as your training? What's your favorite?
Favorite? It's hard to say. It goes back and forth. Sometimes I'll be in a mood to just be working like strictly jiu-jitsu, and then I still work everything else, but sometimes it's like, I'm just in the mood, and that's what I want to work. But or just strictly my stand-up game, where like some days I just want to do boxing, some days I just want to do Muay Thai, and I love wrestling. It's very grinding. I feel like wrestling definitely prepares you for the fight because it's such a grinding. It's just there's just a constant like pressure. You're always having to go whenever it comes to wrestling, and you have to be explosive, and you're using a lot of like your leg strength, and you're having to like pick people up, and like even when you're exhausted, you're constantly having to sit in the squat. So you're constantly moving forward and shot and reshot. So I feel like that prepares you for the fight, and it's the most grueling, but I think it's also the best for you. And so I think wrestling probably would be my favorite, but it's
so
the
you
hardest.
So you have to lift weights a lot?
I do. I do lift weights, and I do a lot of strength and conditioning, plyometrics, things that will, help to sculpt my body and make me stronger, and also work the explosiveness, get those fast twitch muscle fibers.
Okay, so if you was not a fighter, what am I, actually addressing your profession right as a fighter? If you was a fighter, what do you think you would be doing right now?
I hope I would be doing something that had to do with working out.
like a fitness
be like
instructor,
a fitness instructor, a personal trainer.
A personal trainer?
Yeah, maybe a personal trainer, something along the lines of, sports. I don't know. Before I got involved in fighting MMA, I was thinking about being like a fitness instructor. So I've always really been into fitness.
Okay. So how long have you been fighting, like all together?
All together, 9 years. Yeah, altogether 9 years.
Wow.
It doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like a lot of years to me, and it doesn't seem like it's been 9 years. I don't know. 9 years doesn't seem like a lot to other fighters that I know that have been doing it like 20 years.
9 years of beating people up.
Yes. And
you
getting beat up.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure. I bet I can bet my bottom dollar you probably won more than you lost.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, now if you did, would you tell? Would people know? Or would that be something you keep to yourself?
If what?
If you lost more than you won.
Oh hell! It wouldn't be something that I could keep to myself because it would be public knowledge. I mean, all you would have to do is Google it. But I can honestly, and truthfully, be confident and say that I have definitely won more than I've lost. I don't want to continue.
Hey, she gonna win. You already know. We backing Andrea 100%. So, okay. Now we talked about training. Your training regimen, eating. How you eat. So, I know you had breakfast this morning. So, I mean, how disciplined would you be? Are you vegan or what?
I love meat.
Okay, I can't do without it either. I can never be vegan because I know I couldn't do without meat.
I have meat sponsors. I have an Iowa bison sponsor, and it's just pure grass-fed, organic. Yes, buffalo. And then I also have a Victory beef sponsor, which it's different, because you got buffalo, and then you have like your prime beef, and it's awesome because they'll send me steaks, they'll send me fillets and ribeyes and T-bones and tomahawk steaks. They send me sausages. They send me a lot of everything. Right now, I'm working on trying to get an organic chicken based sponsor. Cause I've got the beef taken care of. I need the chicken.
Hey man, that's some good eating.
It's some good eating. Yeah, I love it. And I'm actually working on I just spoke to a lady named Tootie. She's gonna start food prepping my meals for me when I go out of town to train in Lafayette, at 10 Craters and at Gladiator Academy. So she's going to be prepping my meals, and she's going to take my Victory beef and my Iowa bison, and she's going to help me prep my meals. So that's going to help me stay on track. Because right now, as far as things go, I'm not on track with my meals. I'm not going to lie. I just ate this breakfast burrito.
It looked good
it's
too.
kind of healthy.
I smell it. It smells real good too, y'all. My mouth been watering. I've been trying to suck it in, so I'm not talking a whole lot.
Yeah, so I got to get on track. I'm not on track.
So, are there any influences in UFC fighters that you actually admire, or maybe try to, maybe pattern yourself after with your fighting style?
There is. Since I started fighting, the first female fight that I saw was Cyborg and Gina Carano. And I had to YouTube that one because I missed the TV, but I YouTubed it and I watched it, and I was so impressed with Cyborg, and I was that's who I want to fight because she's so strong and she's violent and she knocks everybody out, and that's who I wish I could be more like, She just knocks everyone out. I just wish I could knock everyone out.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You wanna take a tap or go to sleep.
I know.
Man, yeah, being a fighter and being a male and looking at it from a female aspect, I think it's different because I'm not sexist or anything like that. But when you think of a woman fighting, you automatically think, man, she's a badass. If you're a woman and you fight, because you're thinking of a woman maybe being more, like they say, the nurturers, and you just can't see. But when you do, you have a very very strong appreciation for it, a high level of respect. And
it hasn't always been that way.
So when the UFC started, they wasn't allowing women to fight. Do you know?
Yes, they were not. Dana White said that he was never going to let women be in the UFC, but it wasn't until he saw Ronda Rousey, and then he felt like he had a diamond in a rough with her, and he really did. She ended up bringing a lot of attention to women's MMA, and opened the doors to the UFC for all of us, and changed a lot of people's minds and a lot of people's perspectives. Because there, for the longest, most people were weren't really for women fighting in MMA, because it's a male predominant sport.
Right. And it seemed like it would be a little bit, discriminative. Why, but I just think because of the stereotype of what you see, what we are in society today.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I want to get, what's something that we can tell our SocialGoats fans about Andrea Lee that we cannot Google? Anything. It can be anything. Like your favorite pet, you like turtles. Maybe you have affinity for turtles. I'm just saying, something that everybody on Google don't know.
I don't know.
Scared of the dark?
No, I'm not scared of the dark. I actually like to sleep with all the lights off. I'm not afraid of the dark. Earlier, I might have said this before, so you probably can Google it, but I saw their logo and their shirt and stuff, the goats and stuff, and growing up I raised a lot of animals, and we had goats and rabbits and pigs and emus and chickens and doves, and I mean the list goes on and on. And we would used to kind of corner the goats and rope them up. And please, PETA, don't get mad at me. But we would rope them and we'd ride them. And you know, their backs aren't made for us to ride them. But we were little kids, so I mean, it's okay. And they would try to buck us off. We'd see who could stay on the longest, and I was the best at it. So yeah, I was the champion around my house.
Okay, so we lived in a goat probably like this high off the ground.
No. These are actually big billy goats, like bigger
like
goats.
with a lot of hair, like. Is it hair or wool?
Like with the horns right there, like that one. Like
I'm talking about like an actual goat. Like it has a lot of. Is it fur or is it wool? I mean.
Oh, there's fur. No, you're thinking of sheep. Sheep's
okay.
wool, but yeah, but they do have fur.
Are they pretty nice? Goats are pretty nice animals.
Yeah, they can be mean, but yes. Ours were always nice. I mean, we never got trampled or kicked or anything like that.
Y'all had names for them? Y'all had names for the goats?
They did have names. I can't remember them all, but I do remember one of the baby goats that. You know, I missed my bus because I had gone down to the pasture. I heard them like crying like down in the pasture. So I went down there early in the morning, and Mama goat was giving birth, and I got to watch her give birth. You know, and I felt like I was helping. You know, I was like trying to pull it out, but she didn't really need help. She was getting it out. But it was really cool. You know, it was gross too at the same time.
Oh, you didn't?
I mean, yeah, I didn't care. You know, I mean, you know, we used to. Oh, that's like.
Hey, I don't have anything to do with it.
Okay, so we used to we would milk the goats and we'd squirt the milk, in like our mouth and stuff.
Is goat milk pretty good?
Goat milk. I like goat milk.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Does it taste just like cow milk?
It does have a different taste. It doesn't taste like cow milk. It's got a different taste. But
And y'all drinking it fresh, like not.
Yeah, we were drinking it fresh. My papa loves goat milk. But yeah, so I named that goat Two Shoes because it had like two white.
When it came out, it was like the white fur.
The white fur, yeah, it was black and white, but then it was like black legs, but then it had like the white leg right here.
Awesome.
So, Two Shoes.
Awesome. So Two Shoes, shout out to Two Shoes and the goats. And I think having her history with goats, that would maybe attracted her to coming on to the Social Goats Sports 365.
I used to walk that goat around town. People probably thought I was weird.
That was like, was he, okay,
It would follow me around downtown. Like, it would follow me everywhere.
What do you call it, like a young goat? Is it like a...
I think it's a kid.
It's just a kid. And
they call it a kid.
And then when it grows up, it becomes a goat.
Yes.
Okay. And see, we're learning stuff today. I didn't know what a goat was when it was a baby. I don't know if I can call a goat a baby, but we say we're calling a goat a kid.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we learned something else. Okay, I want to ask you a question. On our show, we've been defining sports, that people don't really recognize are sports. Would you consider the band being a sport? Band?
No.
Okay.
Is that a sport?
Well, it's still up for discussion. We say anything that you exert physical activity to, and you're in competition, we consider that sports.
I mean, I suppose. I mean, the marching band. Marching band. I guess that could be a little different. I could see how that could be kind of. I mean, because they compete against each other sometimes, right? And they have to perform and do dances and stuff like that, and throw their instruments up in the air.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty exhausting. I was in the band whenever I was in school, but I wasn't in the marching band, or I never made it that far anyways. I chose athletics over band, but I was in the band, and I never thought of it as a sport. That's why I chose sports over band.
Okay, so you say you was in the band, you chose what sports did you play?
Well, I wasn't like a great athlete in school, but I mean, I preferred volleyball,
Okay.
But I did try basketball. I sucked at basketball. I did track only because I wanted to play volleyball. You had to play two sports in order to play the sport that you really wanted.
So did you already know kind of back then that you felt like in your life that you were going to be some type of athlete?
I wanted to be. I always, watching the Olympics and growing up watching the Olympics and just watching athletes and stuff, I always thought it would be so cool to be a professional athlete. Just be able to work out all the time and just do what you love. And I always thought that would be neat. I never really expected that I would get that opportunity because I was in your basic traditional sports in school, I was never really great at anything, And then I just decided to take up fighting as a hobby, and I just didn't really expect that to be become a career, but it did.
Wow. Like I said, she's good too. Andrea, for the fans out there who may not follow UFC as much, what is your record?
9-2. I'm 9-2.
Like, okay, what would your record be overall with the other divisions that you've fought in? You said legacy.
Okay, well, still 9-2. 9-2.
Total.
Yeah, still 9-2 total as a professional. But then I had close to 50 fights as an amateur, and that includes like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, all combined, close to like 50 fights as an amateur. But now I'm close to 60, almost 60, a little over 60 now.
Wow. So professionally, we're 9-2, 9 victories.
Professionally 9-2, yes. And then I have one professional kickboxing match, which I won that. So 1-0 there.
Okay.
So 10-2.
10-2, y'all heard it.
Yeah.
Hey man, like I said, we're having a blast with Andrea. She has a busy day. Like I said, we're very honored that she's given us the time to talk with her. We're gonna see her again because I owe another shirt, man. We're talking about the goats, so we may have to design another one with another goat on it, but we're gonna try to mix it up because we hope to see our shirt on TV when you train, when you up there standing up there. Okay, when you standing up there for the weigh-in, like what's going on? I bet it's like a bunch of cameras and people. Like, what are you thinking? Like, you standing up there, you're like, I got a picture of you standing up there. Like, what are you thinking?
Well, actually, you know what? You're because there's a lot of pictures and stuff being taken, so I mean, you're thinking about like, you hope that your wardrobe looks right, you want your hair to be right. I know, this is really like what you're thinking. I'm thinking, I hope that I'm flexing just right.
Yeah.
And then my cowboy hat, I want to make sure that I have my cowboy hat, but now, like, I had to learn in my last, first weigh-in. I've only had one weigh-in for the UFC yet so far, but it was a good lesson because I put my hat on my head and there was such a shadow over my face. So it would have been an awesome picture, but because my hat was on, it covered my face. Like my face was just blacked out. So, you want to have good pictures to be able to, use for promoting and stuff and sponsorship. So, like you want to make sure like when you're in that moment, you want to like, I don't know, you want to be exciting for the fans, you want to like entice the crowd, and you don't want to just like walk out there and then just get on and then get off and then just it be over. You want to enjoy the moment, so try to absorb it and enjoy it, and that's what I try to do. I try to like really enjoy it, like I don't want to just run out there and just get it over with. Like,
okay,
it's your moment to be a rock star.
Okay. So do you know like a lot of the roster UFC fighters? Y'all know each other pretty well.
I know some. I don't know everybody. I mean, I know a lot. No, I haven't.
Would you mind meeting him?
Yeah.
He seemed like he's the coolest person ever. Like,
I'd love to meet Conor.
Man, I love Conor McGregor's swag.
I do too.
Wow.
I do too. I don't know who doesn't. I mean, I haven't met anybody that doesn't. I don't know how you couldn't. I mean, like, I like it, and I like his. I mean, he's just all business, and I mean, he's really good at selling fights, and he's so witty. I just really love wittiness.
Okay.
I wish I was more witty.
This leads me to the Khabib. I can't pronounce his last name.
I can't either.
Okay, in that fight, and I don't know, how much you can go into it, but what did you think about that fight, the outcome of it at the end? I'm not talking about the victory, but I'm saying everything that came along with it at the end. Like, when you seen it, what did you think?
When I saw it, I was like, wow, I was like, I just thought that was, I read his post afterwards, about why he did what he did. But anyways, Khabib's post and why he did what he did, and he's just like defending his country, his nation, his brothers, in a sense, because, Conor talking all that crap. But at the same time, that's just what Conor does. It's to sell a fight. It's not like, I don't know if I don't think he really means half the crap he says. But you just got to know that when you do something like that, you're going to end up losing. Either a huge percent of your purse, if not all of it. And according to from what I'm hearing online, it's like he's not getting paid at all. That's like $2 million, and he's not getting it. Hopefully, he gets it eventually. But from what I'm understanding, he's not getting it. But you got to take into consideration the consequences of actions like that, And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna like lose part of his purse. I was like, he didn't even get the belt around his waist. He didn't even get the satisfaction of getting the belt around his waist in the cage, So he didn't even get those, that. That's like something that he's worked hard for, for his whole life. So I don't know. I thought that it was kind of stupid.
Okay. And I guess this will be my last question. You know, Conor crossed over. He got in the boxing ring. You know, Ronda has crossed over into the WWE. Could we see Andrea Lee crossing over into another sport in the future if it presented itself or whatever? Could that happen?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it just depends on, you know, where I'm going to make the most money. Because at the end of the day, it's my career and it's a job, and I want to make the most. Everybody wants to make the most money.
Right.
So whatever will lend me the most money. But like I'm well-rounded. You know, I love boxing. I love Muay Thai and kickboxing. I would probably do boxing or Muay Thai. Not boxing, kickboxing or Muay Thai.
Okay.
I really, if you know, it was something outside of MMA.
So, as far as your fans, I mean, if anyone like aspiring fighter wanted to reach out to you, maybe a young female, do you have any type of information we can provide
Yes.
to our crowd? Maybe they can reach out to you for tips or anything like that.
My social media is on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter. It's all Andrea KGB Lee. So if you reach out to me, shoot me a message. I normally am like I'll get to y'all and I'll respond. Instagram, like I normally respond, and sometimes messages are sent to the filtered inbox, you know. So like there's a lot of messages that I don't see, but I do eventually get to them. Like I'll check that and like go through and like try to respond to as many as I possibly can. And if you want to like send me, and if you want me to like autograph pictures or anything like that, it's always easier to contact me, get the mailing address that I have, and you can send me, print off the pictures that you want, that you desire. It doesn't matter. I don't care how many. Send me whatever you want. I'll sign them and send them back, but you just make sure that you send it in a returning mailing address, like and envelope with stamps and stuff.
Awesome. See, like I said, y'all heard it here first. Like I said, we're gonna get a picture of Andrea, and it's gonna be in the cave. You know, if you've been in the cave, you already know how it's set up. We're gonna get a picture. We're gonna get it to Andrea, get it signed. It's gonna be framed in the cave. Andrea, because she's the second fighter other than Matt Schnell. What up, Matt? Send a shout out to Matt Schnell. What's up?
Yep.
Danger. That's my boy. Okay, and like I said, the KGB. What does that stand for? K, is that kilograms and something? Or does that mean something?
Kicking guys' balls. Kicking guys' balls.
Has that happened?
It happens a lot. Just Zach Auburn. Ask my teammates.
Ooh. So you're a habitual.
I don't mean to. It's not on purpose. It just happens. I mean, like, you know, we'll be training. I mean, that's not really what it means. But, I mean.
So I was going to give you, you know who Draymond Green is? Played for the Golden State Warriors. They say, you know, he's a habitual.
Really?
Yeah, they say he does it too. Yeah. You know, so
Yeah.
I was hoping you wouldn't hit with the, you know, the Draymond Green. You know.
I don't mean to. It's just, you know, when you're kicking and stuff, and like they go to throw a kick and then you throw a kick at the same time. Sometimes, you know, you end up. I get kicked a lot between my legs. You know, I'm a girl, so it's not like.
Well, I know you probably can answer how much it would hurt. I mean, compared to.
It can hurt. It does hurt, depending on like how severe the kick is, and how much bone on bone. You know what I mean? Like it can hurt.
Y'all see my eyes when I'm looking because I'm registered.
Yeah, it can be painful, but I mean, like I don't know about with guys. I don't know what that feels like.
It's like the worst feeling ever. Like you hit down there, you feel it in your stomach. It's like
It's an organ, organ on the outside of you.
Yes.
So it's like you're getting kicked in the liver, maybe. Or something like that.
It's very
shuts you down.
Very much so.
It's also, you know, Russian thing because you know my teammates and then Donnie, everybody thought that I was Russian, so they started calling me KGB, and it just kind of stuck. It has nothing to do with being communist or anything like that.
Oh, I thought it was something like I said, I thought meat, kilograms. You know, I don't know, KGB, like you said, kicking guys' butts. I can see that, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Butts, balls, you know.
Hey, like I said, it's been a pleasure, Andrea. Like I said, I hope to see you again soon. I would like to come to where you train, and I have a couple of people on my team that I would love you to kick their butts. That would be great. I think that would be excellent. Do they need to bring any type of gear or anything? Do you kick their butts?
You want to spar?
Not me. I have people that's part of it. Yes, I want you to whoop their beep, because they deserve it. They deserve it, Andrea. Please. That's my only in your autograph. I mean, other than that, Bruce Metcalf and Quantas James, he's known as Pastor Q. Bruce Metcalf is more behind the scenes. Oh, and Superstar P will take over TV. Yeah, you can definitely whoop his butt. So Superstar P, Bruce Metcalf, Pastor Q.
They're like, don't throw me under the bus.
Yeah, she said she's gonna do it too, y'all. She nodded her head, yeah. So butt kicking's coming for the future. And like I said, we hope to come to your spot and actually maybe get to, you know, see what it's like.
Definitely. Hey, and then don't forget, like I'm fighting December 15th in Milwaukee.
December
For
15th.
UFC, that'll be free. It's a UFC fight night. So December 15th, Milwaukee. Check it out.
We'll definitely be there. We will be watching and supporting from afar. And hopefully, can we reach out to you, get a shout out to Louisiana, you know, whatever, Texas, or awesome.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, gotta go out there and win, and I can do my.
Okay. And this not a title fight.
It's not. No, I'm fighting Jessie Jess. That's Jessica Rose Clark. She's out of Las Vegas. She trains at Syndicate.
Okay. Hey man, like I said, we were here chilling with Andrea Lee. It was a pleasure. SocialGoats Sports, 365. Thank you for tuning in. Holla. Thank you.
Thank you.
She got a SocialGoats shirt too, y'all. So you're gonna see represented.
Yep. I got it.
Boom. Boom.